What is going on, guys? Kingpin Light here. We got G-Devith, Insomnia, huh? From what I understand, this is the response video to the Vannda J+O II or J+O II song that I reacted to, where he was dissing GD or what was the other name that he went by? Ditway. So here's my understanding of the situation. You guys let me know if I'm missing something. So my understanding is that GD or Ditway at some point, I don't know if he did it or not, but some songs from Vannda were leaked, and then he stole some lyrics from him and wrote a song with them, something like that. That's my understanding. Vannda then did the J+O. I keep saying J+O, but I think it's just J+O II song, dissing GD for doing what he did. And this is his response. You guys have also pointed another video, Chankster Run, and I think that one, because I'm going to react to it right after this, so I have it open on another page. And from what I could see in the comments, people were saying something about he had written a message on there that said this was for stealing lyrics or something like that, and you shouldn't do it. So I'm going to assume that that song is in response to this whole thing going on down as well. We'll see right after this song is done. So another note that I'm going to make. Obviously, there's a whole lot of drama, and this doesn't seem surface level. It seems like there's some deep issues going on between these guys. I'm here, as you guys know, on this channel to listen to music, critique, and at the end of the day, right, it's about the music more than everything else surrounding it. It's good to know the context, but at the end of the day, we're looking at the music. So I'm just saying, in case I like this, I'm not going to say I didn't like it just because I am probably on Vannda's side. If that story's correct, he's definitely in the right. Stealing lyrics, leaking songs, not something that I'm cool with. And just as a general artist, I like Vannda more. But I'm here to objectively listen to the song, point out the stuff that I like, point out the stuff I don't like, just like I always do in these songs, just in case you guys are wondering if I'm picking a side or something, which I'm not. I'm just listening to the music. So anyway, let's go ahead and jump right in. I got the captions. Obviously, the song's Insomnia, huh? I don't know. I'm assuming it's going to be... I'm going to need the captions for this one. So let's jump right in. By the way, look at this. Look at this picture. It's like a mixture of like really creative and like flash made. You know what I mean? Like the dinosaur, the T-Rex is like super detailed. And then you got like this McDonald's looking thief running away with what looks like the music. And then he's wearing, I'm assuming he's the one riding the T-Rex, right? It would make sense to have him be the thief. So let's jump right in.
I love this beat though.
He's not wrong. He said, I love this beat, though, as his little, like, intro. That beat is nice. Whoever made this beat, I don't know, but that sounds nice. I could see Future jumping on this. This is, like, a very Future Atlanta scene, almost like Metro Boomin type beat. Okay, so right off the bat, he's addressing some of the issues in a general sense, it seems. All right, he's basically saying because you don't sleep, which I think is probably, I don't think he's being realistic or what's the word? Literal. I think he's being symbolic, right? Don't sleep, you're not paying attention, you're tired, blah, blah, blah. Those sorts of things. He's saying things about stealing, right? Like you should be accusing their family problems, basically, and he's accusing him, I'm assuming. Is what he's gonna say, so we'll see. I really like that singing flowish thing that's going on, though. Again, I'm taking the music apart from the lyrics, because if he really did steal lyrics, that's not cool at all. I'm not gonna ride behind that. But objectively, this song just sounds good so far. Okay, a few things to point out here. This flow is really hard to pin down. I like the way it's kind of rolling on itself, and then there's portions where it just completely just breaks that pattern that he did. So interesting to listen to for sure. I'm liking the sound of it. Now, lyric wise, he said, "Why do you need to brag about your own people's stealing problem? Just a small problem. Don't be mad." I think again, I don't know who stole and leaked his songs. It might not have been or GD, I guess I should be calling him. It might not have been him who stole it, but from my understanding is he stole lyrics off the leaked song. So what I think maybe what he's trying to say here is somebody else stole and released your, or not stole, but like leaked your music. You should be getting mad at them. Why are you getting mad at me? And that's half true. Like I agree with that. He should be getting more mad at the person leaking it, but I also think it's bad sportsmanship when it comes to music to steal anyone's lyrics. That's not to say you can't pay homage. That's different than stealing, right? You can use somebody's lyrics and be like, shout out Lil Wayne or whatever, right? Or knowing that people know that line is from someone else, as opposed to just taking it, like seeing a leaked song and being like, I'm going to take this before you officially release it. That's a whole different statement. The other thing I wanted to say, he said, catch me, what do you say? You can't catch me if you're mad or something. Yeah, catch me if you can if you're mad. Obviously, that's a callback to not only the song that Vannda has released, Catch Me If You Can, but also he used that lyric in his diss toward GD, right? He said something about Catch Me If You Can, and then went off to build off of that line. So, yeah, little diss back. I see it. Okay, so that's kind of what I was thinking, right? He said, hey, you got a whole lot of moles in your camp. You got to fix that before you come at me, right? He's saying, I'm not involved. I do like that. That's catchy, that hook. I gotta say though, I'm really, really curious what the lines supposedly that he stole were. I need to know the intensity of the context of this song, right? Like how much did he steal, or is it plausible deniability, or is it for sure? That sort of thing. Because he's kind of doing what was his name? I don't even know his name. Machine Gun Kelly did with Eminem, where he was dissing him, and he really was trying to diss him, but he kept like, what do you call it? Like complimenting him almost, like it was his idol, right? Eminem was his idol, and you could tell in the song it was his idol. And here, from what it sounds like, is he's calling him his dad, right? Which is odd because he's saying my daddy's son, daddy's bored. I don't know if he's calling it. Just to me sounds like he's saying Vannda is the dad. It could also be taken as he's saying I'm the dad, you're the son, and I'm bored. But I'm gonna be honest. It sounds like he's saying Vannda is the dad. Just the way it's worded. That's catchy. Bong Bith or Bith, what is that? Yeah, and he's shooting some shots back for sure at Vannda. He said, hey man, you keep pretending you're this cool, nice guy, and you're over here mocking people in their back. So, I mean, that's hearsay, right? A lot of times when it comes to diss tracks, there's two sort of ways to do, or two real attacks you can do, in private and public. General, there's other ways to break it down, but the private insults are things like behind the scenes you're like this, or you did that, stuff that you can't verify, like, right? Unless you're there, you don't really know if he's just saying that because it sounds cool or it's an insult, or whether it really happened and he really is that way behind the scenes. We can't know. Those are private insults. And then there are things that are more public. Things like Vannda's line, I think he had a line in there, something about him being a father, or something like that, right? He called that out, and that's public information, right? Like we know if somebody has a son. or whatever, right? So there's sort of two ways. A lot of these are, I think, private insults, but he's adding them in there. I'm liking that flow. But you know what? The more I listen to this, the more I keep thinking this reminds me a lot of the Eminem and Machine Gun Kelly diss, where Eminem's like the guy, and Vannda in this case is the big name in the industry in that particular group, right? And it almost sounds like the insults that GD is saying are very similar to like what stuff that Mac Miller was saying. I keep changing Machine Gun Kelly to Mac Miller. You guys know what I mean. Machine Gun Kelly, MGK. He things like basically, see, MGK said something about Eminem where he said, "You were the big bad wolf of the rap industry," meaning he was always the one out there making disses to everybody. And now you can't take a joke or you can't take an insult back. Like, come on, man. And that's the same thing he said right here, right? He said, "Used to mock others, but now others mock you back. How does it feel?" So he's basically saying you can dish it, but you can't take it. So the dynamic again feels very much like that. Now I'm not saying it's the same sound or anything like that, obviously, but the dynamic between the two artists is very similar, I think, to MGK and Eminem. My fans had Sting while sitting and smiling, cheering me up. What's that mean? Because Sting, to me, is a guitarist. He said, "Give it 3 years and I got you." Okay. Is he a newer artist? In terms of when they came out, is Vannda more? I know he's bigger, but is he longer established? So the reason I asked that is he said the 3 years thing, right? I'll get my justice in 3 years. Is he saying he's a younger artist? He's just starting out? I know he's not just starting out because I've heard of him for at least a year now, but you know what I mean. In relation, is he newer? Oh, that is another part of the whole dynamic. I feel like I heard through the comments and that something about GD. YouTube is down. Is that right? Like all of his music or something got taken down. And what it sounds like he's saying you blackmailed me or my sponsors into dropping me just because you were mad about something. Which again is exactly what the MGK and Eminem thing said. MGK was like, "Bro, you blackballed me from the industry, and you made sure Shady, the radio or whatever, Shady, whatever, wouldn't Shade Room or whatever, wouldn't. No, what is that? Shady 101. I'm just making up names. It's something like Slim Shady type of name. He said you can't. You told them I couldn't get back on this, right? Like you blackballed me in the background. So. Outer shine like a diamond, but moissanite. I don't know what moissanite is. I'm assuming it's a lower quality rock or gem or crystal or whatever. But he's saying like the outside spotless, but you're not actually that, right? Is what I think he's saying. Yo, who made that beat though? That thing keeps adding layers. I'm really liking that because again, it was a really nice beat, and then it just added those little drum layers in there just now. Okay, let's lighten the mood for a minute. What is passion soda? I'm real curious about that. Is that a passion fruit, like a passion fruit flavored soda, or is it like a brand? Because I don't know. I like soda. I want to try this passion soda. I like that he took it in tongue in cheek. He took it tongue in cheek, as in he called him a thief, and he said, "Hey man, watch yourself. You're talking to the thief." Right. It reminds me of a thing that said, it reminds me of that Breaking Bad moment where Hank, well, spoilers if you haven't watched Breaking Bad. I feel like it's an old enough show where it's not really spoilers, but if you haven't watched it, skip ahead. But it reminds me of that scene where Hank confronts him about, him being a Heisenberg, and then Walter White walks up to him and he says, "Well, if you don't know who I am, maybe you should tread carefully." It reminds me of that a little bit. Okay, so his whole stance, basically, because I'll be honest, I think he had a lot of wordplay in there, but as far as punches, I think there wasn't as many as I just don't think there were a whole lot of direct punches at Vannda. But what he did do was make a really, really good sounding song, and I was saying this on the Vannda reaction, where I was saying beefs very commonly create really good music from both competitors, right? Both people who are beefing or whatever. I think it creates an atmosphere that you have to write really well, and you have to make a good song, because again, it's not only being judged as a song by the audience, but it's also being judged by your competitor as a diss. So it's important to put your best work forward, and I think that's honestly what it's doing. Like, I wish this whole thing hadn't gone down, of course, and if Vannda did have his stuff, or he did have his stuff leaked, that's horrible. And if he didn't steal the lyrics or whatever and he's being called out, that sucks too. So the situation sucks, but I think it did create a scenario where both of them have done really good work on these. Honestly, these are really good songs if you take away all of the drama behind it. Like, standalone songs are just really good. But yeah, now I'm curious again. You guys fill me in on everything I'm missing, because I've never claimed to know the full scenario. I only know what I've been told, or pieces that I picked up, and I've let you guys know what the pieces I picked up and seen so far. If you guys could let me know everything else I'm missing, that'd be great. All right, guys, so that's the video. If you guys liked it, make sure to hit that like, subscribe, and all that. I also have a Patreon. If you have $1, $5, or whatever to give to the channel, that would really, really help. But it's not required. All of my videos will always be posted for free here. You don't have to worry about missing out on anything other than being able to suggest songs a little bit quicker than you would in comments. But anyway, guys, I will catch you guys in the next one. I hope you guys have a good day, and take care. Did it again. I pressed the wrong button.